Hey guys, what is up? Andrew coming at you. I'm going to try to be as excited as I can be today for a sick guy, because I am sick, and that's probably why I haven't been on here a total ton, but you know, the channel's still growing. If you're new, welcome. What I'm going to do is talk about my 3 favorite Swedish companies, or what I think are the top 3 Swedish companies, or the most that I use that affect my life. And at the end, I want you to go through and put your comments in as well. So I'm going to go into order of area of importance. And the first one I'm going to go with is H&M. Now, the reason I put H&M on my list has to do with the fact that, now I'm 30 now, but anytime I just need something that's like trendy, I'm an American guy, so I care about my fashion, but maybe I don't put in that much effort. And living in Europe, let's face it, you got to have some types of style, right? So I'll go there to pick up clothing that I want that's trendy, not so expensive. I know I should maybe go to some other stores and check it out, but if I want something trendy that's going to look good, let's say I want a new jacket, a nice dress shirt, or something else, I'll just go to H&M because I know it looks great and I know that it'll be acceptable here. So I've gone to H&M, and I just like that as a store. Even if I just want a cool t-shirt to wear when I want to just chill out, that's fine. It's maybe not where I would go for work clothes or something like that, but definitely not a bad place to go. And so I've always enjoyed H&M. It reminds me of like a U.S. Old Navy. If you've ever been to America and checked out like an Old Navy kind of store where it's, you know, not so expensive, but it's trendy and it works and it's a decent name brand, that would be my guess of what it is here in Sweden. My next favorite company has got to be IKEA, and I'll explain why. I think IKEA is like a genius company because I've been to IKEA only a handful of times, maybe 3 to 4 times, and you figure I've been in Sweden 6 years. But the reason I say it's one of my favorites is because you go there looking for like one thing. Like, I'll go to IKEA because I need 1 or 2 things, and I always leave with so much more than what I need. I mean, it's like, I call it like the Swedish Walmart, because even though it's not like a Walmart, it is in a sense, because you go there to buy a lot of stuff at once. And the genius of IKEA is, as you're going into IKEA, you got to go through the whole place before you get out. I mean, I know there's sections that you go through, but you leave. Like, I went to IKEA wanting 1 or 2 things, and I left with a cactus because I thought a cactus was super duper cool. And so then I wanted a cactus, and I got myself a cactus. So IKEA is a brilliant company. If you need to get stuff, you go. The only thing that's kind of a bummer for me is not having a car, and either having to take a bus or renting a car to get the stuff you want at IKEA. But I definitely recommend IKEA, and I think the genius is in the design of the store, how it keeps you in there to keep buying. You can't tell me that's an accident. And obviously putting stuff together. I mean, it's a low-cost kind of place, but I think it's nowadays people are willing to build their own stuff, which is awesome. But I also think it's the design of the store that really makes it special. And then finally, for me, my #1 Swedish company has to be Spotify. You know, I'm a millennial, for sure. I was born in '87, and I come from that first generation of people that just believed the music would be free. I mean, Napster came out, and I still remember when the internet was so slow, and my mom would leave, and I'd run downstairs and go on Napster. I hope I don't get sued now for the music I downloaded 15 years ago. But the point is, I wanted that music. I didn't care that it was wrong because I loved music, and I just felt like music should be digital. And then iPods came out and everything else, and then every other person out there was just downloading MP3s. I came to Sweden in 2012, and I got my first smartphone. It was called a Samsung Galaxy Y. That's how old school I am here. That was my first smartphone, and it blew my mind. My mind literally was like, because I got Spotify at the same time, and I got that free subscription of Spotify in 2012. Here I could listen to music streaming. You know, it's nice that you can download music and load up your phone, but let's face it, phones only hold a couple gigs of data. I mean, I guess the new iPhone, I think, is going to hold 64 gigs standard, but it was always kind of a pain to download your songs. Now, any song that pops in your head, you can go to YouTube or you can go to Spotify. Spotify took this guy, a millennial that expects music to be free, but took music that we expected to be free and made this millennial pay for it. And that's an interesting thing in itself. So those are the 3 companies that I really care about, that I use in my everyday life. And I'd like to hear from you. What are some companies that you like? What do you think are the top 3 Swedish companies? Which ones affect your life the most? If you like this one, I'll try to get you guys later this week. Read your comments, come back, and maybe I'll make a second one of these videos because I'd like to learn about more companies. And there's some other companies I can bring up that really were life-changing to me, but these are the ones I use mostly in Sweden. For example, I have a really amazing story about Saab because I was in a car accident with a Saab car, and I'll talk about that maybe in another video, so look for that one to check it out. And as always, guys, if you like this one, give me a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And the music in the intro and outro is one of my songs. It's in the link below on SoundCloud. Don't forget to check that out as well. That was me out, guys. Take care.